Ever stop to think how much those little impulse buys on your phone are adding up to, and how many subscription payments are sneaking out of your bank account every single month? Before I started using Rocket Money, let me tell you, I had no idea. But the first time I logged in, I saved $435. I couldn't believe it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I just love the dashboard. It shows everything in one place, even the subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. And if there's something you don't need, Rocket Money helps you cancel it. Plus, it alerts you if a bill increases or if something unusual pops up in your account. It's basically like having a personal assistant for your money. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kim today. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Here's hour 2 of the Kim Komando Show. You're going to love it. You know, it seems that whatever Taylor Swift touches, it just takes off.
Yeah, she's kind of popular.
I mean, what was that? She was on her boyfriend's podcast and she had 1 million views in, 15 minutes?
Something on like New Heights?
Yes. And what were the total number of listens on that? Do you remember?
I haven't seen it, but I know that we had a guest on our daily radio show here in Phoenix, and she was a Taylor Swift fan. She had literally already pre-ordered every single version, tape, record, download, poster for the new album. Taylor Swift is popular.
And she also is coming out with cassettes.
Yeah. She already, how are you going to play a cassette? I don't know. I just want it because it's got Taylor on it.
Well, the reason why I bring this up is that apparently Taylor Swift was wearing something called the Power Bra.
All right.
This way you stand up straight.
Isn't any bra she's wearing the Power Bra?
It should be. I mean, but what was interesting to me is that sales jumped more than 400%.
That's influence right there.
On this Power Bra, so that this way you stand up. You stand up. So, which reminds me, I have a really bad joke.
Oh, good.
Okay. I mean, I'm just telling you right here at the onset, it is a bad joke.
Oh, we know.
So I don't want you to say like, oh, God, Kim, that was the worst joke. Okay, because I know it's a bad joke. Right. Okay. Well, what does a detective with bad posture say?
I have no idea. What?
I have a hunch.
You're right. It was a bad one.
Oh, it was actually good, and I stand corrected.
No. 2 for 2. 2 bad ones.
Yes, and look, Xander, she's got the drum roll going.
She's got it.
And on that happy note, welcome. It's the Kim Komando Show. It's the nation's largest, funniest show about all things digital, award-winning, most trusted, the biggest, the best, because after all, I'm America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando, here with you once again. And joining me is Andrew Babinski, my co-host, and also the co-host of the morning show in Phoenix, Arizona, KEZ. Yes.
Hi, Kim.
And just a reminder, you can find us on over 425 top stations, and we're in every streaming radio app, whatever the podcast app might be. Just search for Komando with a K. And if you need a screen with that, head over to youtube.com/Kim Komando and subscribe, because I promise that it's worth it. A huge salute goes out to everyone on the American Forces Network Radio, all over the globe, on land, sea, and everywhere in between, 375,000 strong. And I'd like to thank Oracle for helping to make this show possible. In business, they say you can have better, cheaper, or faster, but you only get to pick 2. Well, what if you could have all 3 at the same time? That's exactly what some of the world's most innovative brands and AI tech companies have since they upgraded to the next generation of the cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. OCI is the blazing fast platform for your infrastructure, database, application development, and AI needs, where you can run any workload in a high availability, consistently high performance environment, and spend less than you would with other clouds. So you might be thinking, well, how is it faster? OCI's block storage gives you more operations per second. How is it cheaper? OCI costs up to 50% less for computing, 70% less for storage, and 8% less for networking. And how is it better? Well, in test after test, OCI customers report lower latency and higher bandwidth versus other clouds. So this is the cloud built for AI and all your biggest workloads. And right now, with zero commitment, you can try OCI for free by heading to oracle.com/Kim. That's oracle.com/Kim. And I'd also like to thank Consumer Cellular. Here's the deal. I just had my cell phone bill on autopilot. And then when I actually really looked at it, I was like, whoa. how the heck did this get to be like $200? Well, if you're tired of surprise fees from big wireless, do what I did. Switch to Consumer Cellular. You get the same great coverage as the big guys. And if you're over 50, you get 2 lines with unlimited talk, text, and data for only $60 a month. No tricks, just savings. They have US-based support too, which is fabulous. You can get $25 off right now by going to consumercellular.com/Kim. That's consumercellular.com/Kim. Alrighty then, every single day, rain or shine, weekdays, weekends, vacations or not, even on national holidays, I make sure that I know exactly what's happening in the tech space so I can impart this know-how directly to you. And here are some things you need to know about right now. And we're going to talk about cutting the cord. Do you remember the freedom that you felt when you cut the cord?
Oh, yeah, I bragged about it. Oh, I don't have cable anymore. No, I'm streaming. I also have remember back in the day, you were selling an antenna when
Yes.
cut the cord was very popular?
We sold so many antennas.
So much. I still have mine.
Do you? Does it still work?
I don't. It's in the garage. I don't know. I haven't hooked it up, but I still have it.
We have some in the warehouse if you need another one. Just
Thank you.
to say.
Appreciate it. They're not expired.
No. You know, antennas don't expire.
I guess right. It's just wires.
But here's what's going on is that we all cut the cable because we were tired of cable and satellite packages. All these channels that we had to buy that we'd never even watched, but because we wanted one channel, we had to buy the other channel.
And there was U.S. senators that were arguing there should be a la carte programming so Americans didn't have to buy all these bundles.
Well, now we're going back to bundling.
Right, because we got all the a la cartes, we bought them all, and we're spending the same amount of money.
And it's because all the providers are now doing deals with each other. So you can buy HBO Stars Discover from Apple or YouTube or whatever, or Amazon Prime, I just think it's really crazy. What do you think the average American spends in streaming every month?
I'm going to say $165.
It used to be that.
Okay.
Now it's over 200.
That's higher than cable.
I know, but we're free.
Oh, yeah. Thank goodness.
That's what it is. All right, moving along to number 2. You know, I remember the first time I went to Paris.
Do you now?
Yes, I do.
You told us this story, and it wasn't the first time you went to Paris because you went to Paris when you were a baby. So this story is from the second time you went to Paris.
Well, I've been to Paris several times.
Yeah, we know. We hear about it all the time.
Well, I went to Paris the first time when I was 5.
Right.
Okay, because my dad worked for United Airlines. And then my mother told me a story that I went to school and the teacher's like, so everybody, what did you do this past weekend? And I raised my hand and I said, I went to Paris. Okay.
That's actually pretty cool. I'd probably brag about it too.
Okay. And then she called my mother and she said, we have a problem with Kim. She's making things up.
Yeah, who goes to Paris for the weekend?
So she told my mother. My mother was like, no, actually we did.
Yeah.
We actually did go to Paris. Apple's iOS 26. This is really amazing. You know, I've been beta testing this new iOS, and you can too if you go to beta.apple.com. So this way you can get it ahead of the game.
Okay.
Well, what's built into this, aside from like, transparency, and it's so annoying, they moved all the buttons.
Where'd they move them to?
Oh, you know how when you're trying to find a contact and the search was in the middle or the top, now it's on the right-hand side. And so they did all these little things, and you're like, so annoying.
It is. Why?
I don't know.
Just to say it's different.
Yes. But now, using your AirPods 2, Pro 2, or the new AirPods 4,
Okay.
is that you have live translations, like a universal translator. So you speak in English, and then it comes out in French, or when you hear French, you hear it in your ears in English.
That's very cool.
Very amazing. Now, I know that all of our Android friends are sitting there saying, like, oh, we've had this for years. We know that.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not just French. English, French, German, Spanish, Italian, Japanese, Korean, and Chinese, more rolling out. If you are on Android, you can use the Pixel Buds Pro paired with any Android phone using the Google Translate app. Speaking of Google, they rolled out their new Pixel phones the other day. You have a Pixel 10, a 10 Pro, a 10 Pro XL, and the foldable 10 Pro. Now, I am Team Apple.
Right.
Okay, and I have been accused of Apple paying us,
Yeah, which they don't.
which if anybody would like to give us
Yeah.
money from Apple, I would
We'll
certainly
take it.
welcome that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know somebody.
That's our whole job is to take money for advertising.
You know, and Apple has never advertised on the show. Never.
Not one time?
Not one time. Not one time.
For shame, Apple.
But I was looking at this Google Fold, and it has a large 6.4-inch outer screen, so you can see who's calling or any videos.
Don't do this.
If you open it, you have a large 8-inch display.
I've been there.
You have a hinge and a folding screen that it says can survive 10 years.
I know what you're thinking.
Okay, wait, just wait. It has Google's Gemini Live built in.
That sounds great. I know. I get it.
It is expensive.
Sure.
It starts at $2,350. Goes up to, of course, $2,800.
Did you know what's even more expensive?
What?
Getting the new iPhone when you decide to switch back 6 weeks later.
Really?
It's not even about the quality of the product. It is muscle memory. You are like me. You use your phone for work. If you need to get something accomplished, I can do that in 30 seconds because I know exactly where everything goes. I tried it. I went to the Android operating system and I came running back just because I was losing efficiency.
But you were so excited when you got it.
I was.
You were like, you come in and you're like, I called you my green bubble friend.
Right, and I didn't care.
Like,
Because you know what? I'm trying something new. I just did it to try something new. And I was like, oh, the phone has a stylus? That would be cool. I'll use it. Never lose it. I actually lost it. But here's the thing. You're going to go right back because this is a tool.
Yes.
If you took a hammer and you put the claw at the bottom and the hammer part at the top, carpenters would go back to the old hammer immediately.
Well, if you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise, home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part, most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HometitleLock.com/Kim. That's HometitleLock.com/Kim. Rumor is that Apple's going to announce their own foldable phone.
Oh, really? Is that going to be the 26, the 19? Which one?
where the numbers are so screwed up. Okay. It's like 17. We're on the iPhone 17 with the iOS 26.
I was with a group of teenage girls, and I said that they might be getting phones. And they're like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah. And the 17, and I don't know if this is true. I just threw it out there, might be a foldable phone. And they all, in unison, ew.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Apple fan girls and fan boys are going to take to a foldable phone.
Well, it's going to be big and bulky.
That's the problem. Too thick.
Okay. And Barry always puts his phone in his back pocket, and he always loses it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I pick up the phone.
It's just
because it just comes
floating
out.
around the house.
So, but I'm just thinking, maybe if you had like a big foldable phone.
Like a dictionary, the phone of the size of a dictionary?
Yeah, that would.
I think those are called jitterbugs.
Ouch. All right, let's talk about cars. The Volkswagen ID3, and this is what's happening with cars, is that they've now gone to subscription services. Okay, so that, for example, if you want heated seats in a BMW, it's going to cost you extra money. And if you want to go 1 second faster in a Mercedes, it's going to cost you $1,000.
Tesla? Same thing?
Yes. Full service mode or full driving mode that doesn't work, that's going to cost you.
And that's tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, what a ripoff that was. Anyway, yes, I was a happy Tesla owner.
Your disdain for those cars.
I hate
just
them.
Love it.
I just, I look at them and they are just the ugly. And I know so many people right now, you're saying, oh, I love my Tesla.
Yep.
And and I'm happy that you do. I'm glad that you found a car, but it's just not for me. Volkswagen's ID3, you go 228 brake horsepower, but you have to pay $200 a year if you subscribe, or a one-time fee of $760. Otherwise, you're only going to go 201 brake horsepower.
Is that a huge difference? I'm not a car person. I don't know if 27 horsepower. I mean, you're not hauling with a Volkswagen.
It's like, it's like buying cake and then being charged extra for the frosting.
Exactly. But we do it. That's the thing. They've tested this. They know people will buy it.
Speaking of Tesla, if you have the stainless steel, very attractive Cybertruck.
Yes.
We love the Cybertruck. Not. Geico in Hanover, they're saying, we're just not going to insure it. Too high repair costs.
Okay.
And also plummeting sales.
So if it gets in an accident, they'll probably just have to total it because it's too expensive to fix.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. They're not going to insure them because of plummeting sales?
Well, no, that's just a side note.
Oh, okay. That's just a little jab on your way out.
Yes. I mean, the Tesla, and if you look at the Cybertruck, you look at all those angles. The next time I want you to see all those angles, you just think of a financial Bermuda Triangle.
Yes.
That's just
not been as popular as they were hoping.
Yeah. Our personal info is all over the internet. Creeps and data brokers are out there. They collect everything: your birthday, social security numbers, your political views, your medications that you take, any conditions that you have. You name it. Incognito is my secret weapon for online privacy. They do the hard work of getting your personal data removed from these people's search sites and these shady data brokers. Over 420 of them right now. And let me tell you, these sites are incredulous. They are actually removing the pages where you can opt out of Google search results. So even if you wanted to opt out, you cannot find the page. You cannot find the page. Over at Incognito, they just don't say that they do it. Deloitte, one of the biggest auditing firms in the world, has independently verified Incognito removing people from these shady data brokers and these search sites, the entire process. No other data removal service can say that. They've made it really easy to get started. Now, with my discount, plans are just $6.39 a month, less than before, and you still get Incognito's new unlimited plan, so you can submit links where you've seen your info exposed, and then they get it taken down. Here's what you need to do. Go to privacykim.com right now. Lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal. That's privacykim.com, privacykim.com. All right, we have a United Airlines scam to tell you about, how to make your app secret on your phone, and what's going on with TSA, and now you can get through the gate. Now you can get through security in 6 seconds. That's right. And of course, we have your phone calls, and you have us here on the Kim Komando Show.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, have you ever thought that you could want to listen to my newsletter called The Current? You now can. George, our AI host, does it wherever you get your podcast. Just search for The Current with Kim Komando with a K. Let's see. Paul in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Welcome, Paul. What's going on?
Hi there, my hero.
Thank you.
I listen to the show, and my day does not start until I read The Current.
Oh, thank you. That's so awesome.
Seriously. I am a volunteer board member / treasurer / technical consultant for the local hometown museum here. I have found that AI is definitely going to help us in the long run. We don't know what we don't know, but I can see a need for it to be happening. For instance, you walk in and want to know how many artifacts your grandfather donated to the museum. Mm-hmm. Well, I can just ask AI instead of having to dig through Past Perfect, which is like the Photoshop of museum software. Anyway, my concern is I'm a believer and I want to adopt it, but we have a very, very small budget. We don't get government assistance. Everything comes from dues and corporate gifts. Mm-hmm. So we're very limited. Do you have a suggestion, other than George, for an AI system that will not break our bank?
That's a tough one. That is.
I know.
Because AI costs money, and running those searches costs money. You know, you may find some open source software like Amica or Catalog It, but once you start getting into using artificial intelligence, it's going to cost you money. It will.
Right.
And
We understand.
you can start by creating your own agents. And that's what people are doing right now, is that when you go to ChatGPT and you go into agents and you'll see that other people have created various agents. That may be a place where somebody maybe has already created something like this for maybe their own catalogs, maybe their own collections, whatever it may be, and that you could maybe license that for your use. Otherwise, you're going to be looking at other AI-based services out there. And if you strike out, Paul, just drop me a note back, and then I'll do some searching for you as well. Passwords are the key to our digital lives. And if you're reusing the same ones or just adding a number here or there, you're practically putting up a big come on inside. Now, that's where NordPass can help. It's my favorite password manager, available for only $1.43 per month. That's 52% off. Here's what you need to do. Go to nordpass.com/Kim to get my exclusive deal, just $1.43 per month. nordpass.com/Kim. Hey, better hires start with smarter insights, and LinkedIn has the strongest hiring data and insights to help you identify the right candidates. Find your next great hire on LinkedIn and post your job for free at linkedin.com/Kim. That's linkedin.com/Kim. Terms and conditions apply. Okay, you're going to love this. You are just going to love this. A family's dachshund, one of the wiener dogs, named Whiskey, went missing for 4 days in Arkansas.
Whiskey, the wiener dog, was nowhere to be seen.
Just when the family was, heartbreaking, right? Lost their dog. A hero stepped in, a bona fide hero, a drone pilot. He not only found Whiskey, but when a coyote showed up ready to attack, he used his drone to chase it off.
So cool.
And save the little dog's life. His name is Chris Laughlin from the National State Drone Solutions, and Chris is with us here today. Hi there, Chris.
Hi, Kim.
So what made you say yes to help the search for a stranger's missing dog in the first place?
Well, it's just kind of what I do. Whenever someone calls me, they know I've got the equipment to do it, and that's kind of the last resort. They've already walked miles and miles looking for it, and they'll call me and say, we need an eye in the sky. Can you come help us? And I'll use my drone that's got a thermal camera on it. We'll go out there and see if we can find him by his body heat.
And it's not going to be a great look if you're walking around town just yelling whiskey everywhere.
Exactly.
Whiskey! Whiskey!
That would not be a good look at all. So how long did it take you to find Whiskey?
So they had called me about, I'm going to say 4:30 in the afternoon. And the way the thermal camera works, you have to either have an overcast sky or be at night, or, if it's even kind of halfway raining, it works great. But it was a clear sky that day, and, chance of rain every now and then. But anyway, so I told him, I'll be out there at 8:30 right at sundown, and we'll get to looking. Well, we had a couple storms roll through and had some cloud cover, so I got out there about 6:30. And it took me 4 hours to find him.
Wow.
So he'd been gone for 4 days. After the first day, someone about a mile and a half down the road thought they had spotted him and tried to get him, and he ran into this big field. And anyway, so we decided we were just going to start looking from there. And
then so then you saw a coyote.
Yeah. So when I spotted Whiskey, I'm working on trying to let the folks that are going to go out there and go snag him, put him in there side by side, let him know exactly where he's at, getting all that information to him. And then I go from the thermal camera to the regular camera, and then there's a coyote right on him. He didn't have a coyote around him right before then. And I was like, oh no. So, it's 9:30 at night, and so I just fly right down on top of it and let it fill the air off of the propellers. It puts out a lot of air. It's a big drone. So as soon as it felt that air, it took off.
Thank gosh.
And,
wow.
And so he he was staring at that spot like he was going to get abducted by an alien. He's not going to. All his buddies aren't gonna believe it. He got abducted and returned.
I will tell you that funny that you mentioned that, Chris, because I was looking at the video that you posted on YouTube, and I was thinking the same thing. It does look like this alien abduction's coming right down there.
Well, to a dog, that drone is an alien.
Yeah, that's true. So everybody's all safe?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. Where a dog is being attacked by a coyote and have no injuries at all. He had no bite marks, no nothing. The coyote was sitting there munching on him and dragging him around for over 2 minutes.
Oh, my gosh.
How does he live through that? It must have been a really old coyote with no teeth. I have no idea how he didn't have any injuries at all, but he went to the vet and clean bill of health like nothing happened. He had some small scratches and stuff from that field that he was in. It was, I want to say, waist high and looked like it had been bush hogged in probably years, and it was super, super thick and briar and brush and all that. But he had some scratches from that. But other than that, nothing.
That's amazing. It is. Well, Chris, you know what? Thanks for sharing your story with us, and thanks for saving Whiskey. Isn't that amazing?
I wouldn't even think if my dog was missing to go and hire a drone to find it.
I think it's fabulous.
Technology is so amazing.
Plus the thermal camera.
Yeah, everything.
That makes sense. Chris, thanks for joining us today. Chrissy in Omaha, Nebraska. You're up next. Hi, Chrissy.
Well, hi. How are you?
Great. Awesome. What's going on, and how can we lend a hand?
Okay, I'm a big fan of yours because I read your newsletter every day, and I get a kick out of your jokes and your trivia, and I listen to you on Saturday mornings on a local radio station. And you always have great, helpful hints. Well, so, the question I have for you is, it deals with AI. And I am trying to find, and I don't think there is such a thing, but maybe there is, a free app that uses AI where you can take a picture of food on your plate or a meal, and it identifies every single ingredient. It gives the nutritional value, like the fiber, calorie, all of that other good stuff. Anyway, I'm looking for something like that that's free. I downloaded an app, and I loved it. It was accurate. I made a bowl of mixed berries, like with blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries, and then I put flaxseed on it. And I thought, this will be interesting. So I scanned it through this app, and it identified everything exactly. And I thought, this is so cool.
Ice cream would have been better.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The nutritional information's right on the back of the bag of Doritos, so you don't even need any technology.
And you know what?
Okay.
And it's just eat the donut. You're not going to be sitting on your deathbed saying, you know what, back in 2025, I shouldn't have eaten that donut.
If it was just for that one donut, she'd still be with us here today.
Yeah, a year ago I would have thought, I don't even want AI in my life. But when I used that, I thought, this is pretty cool. It's neat. But
no, it is.
Anyway, so
well, no, there's a couple out there that you can check out. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to put these in the newsletter for everybody else. There's Snap Calorie. I don't know if it's going to give you all the ingredients that may be in something. Calorie Scan is also free. You don't need to account for that one. So that's a pretty cool one.
Okay.
And then Calorie Scanner.
What about, why not just ChatGPT?
You can just do that.
Yeah.
And do you use the ChatGPT app, Chrissy?
I do not.
Okay.
Like I said, I was not really into AI. I just didn't trust it until I used this app. And so I haven't used any of that stuff.
Oh, so put the ChatGPT app on your phone. Okay.
Okay.
And then it allows you to take a picture of anything. And then you could just say, what's the calorie count? What is this? And then it'll come back and tell you. Then you probably don't even need an app. And then you can have a full conversation with it. So you could say, instead of the flaxseed, what if I actually put just 3 tablespoons of vanilla ice cream on this. Okay.
Just 3.
Or a scoop or 2.
Yes, or a scoop or 2. And using the camera is really amazing. Like, I have Bella, who's now 8 months old, and Abby, who's 7 years old. And these two were just going at it. Just like their teeth were, and they were just like, and Abby makes, have you ever heard a dog make like those bear sounds?
Sure.
Okay. So I don't really know what's going on. I'm thinking like, okay, do I have to break these two up? So I opened up the app and I said, here, I want you to watch the dogs playing, and you can have like a full conversation. And so I turned on the camera, and then Chad is like, oh no, they're doing fine. They're actually having a great time with each other, But I'll put these in the newsletter, and thank you for your kind words, Chrissy. I appreciate that.
I've been telling all my friends, and they said, "Oh God, you got to share that with me when you get done with that." And I said, "Well, I'm sure I'll find a way."
No, it is really amazing how much AI has changed our lives in just a short period of time.
I got one for you. I took a picture of something that was in my garage, put it into ChatGPT, said, make me a listing for Facebook Marketplace. A minute later, it was up on Facebook. 10 minutes later, it was sold.
Gosh, I wish I could do that.
Why can't you?
I'm not allowed to do anything, throw anything away.
What do you mean?
No, if you look at our garage, it's all loaded with a lot of Barry's stuff.
Okay.
And so I actually called my friend Joe, and I said, would you mind coming over and help me clean out the garage? And Barry's like, oh, no, you're not cleaning out the garage.
Is he a hoarder?
Yes.
Is he a low-key hoarder?
Low-key?
Well, I mean, your entire house isn't lined with newspapers from 1984. It's a little more low-key.
Well, that's only because I keep picking stuff up and moving it into his office.
There we go. That's where he hoards.
That's it. Hey, listen, we're not getting any younger. That's why you need to add collagen to your diet. It's a total powerhouse packed with protein and scientifically proven to help with bone health, tissue recovery. And let me tell you, it even smooths out wrinkles, thickens hair, and strengthens weak or damaged nails. I take Native Path collagen every single day because as we age, our collagen levels, they drop. And that's where Native Path comes in. Their collagen formula is designed for quick absorption, making a difference that you can really feel and see. Plus, it's as pure as it gets. One single ingredient. And let me tell you, there are no GMOs, no fillers, no gluten, no dairy, and none of that extra stuff. And forget those horse-sized pills. Oh, I hate those. With Native Path, it's easy to add to your routine. Just mix it into your coffee, smoothie, oatmeal, whatever you want. No clumps, no funky taste. And right now, as a Kim Komando listener, you get 45% off with free shipping, and you also get a free frother. Just go to getnativepath.com/Kim. That's getnativepath.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
So let me tell you real quick about this United Airlines story. A guy called United Airlines. His flights got canceled, and he called the real number for United Airlines, or the official phone number. Okay, so it's not like he just Google searched and he got a bad number. He called the official United Airlines number. Somehow the call was hijacked and rerouted to a fake agent who rebooked his ticket, supposedly, and then demanded money up front for a ticket. And somehow he spent $17,000.
$17,000?
Yeah, maybe he was going to like Europe or something. In
Mars?
First class? I don't know. Exclusive class?
Or maybe they said it would cost him $500 and they booked him for $17,000 on the car.
That could be it too. I bet you that's what they did. Here's the deal. Scammers can intercept even real customer service numbers. So you always want to double check who's on the other end. It's, God, it's so hard because every time you turn around,
everywhere you look,
somebody's trying to steal your stuff. Alrighty then, we're going to talk about, speaking of travel, some changes happening with TSA that you are actually going to love here on the Kim Komando Show. Hey, hackers don't take any time off. Cybercrime's exploding and the bad guys and gals, let me tell you, they're just getting sneakier. Now, of course, being cautious helps, but fortunately, it's...
Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
just not enough. You need real protection. And that's why I recommend Total AV, a powerful antivirus software that really works. And right now it's just $19 for your first year at protectwithkim.com. Once again, that's protectwithkim.com. Let's see, Joseph in Dallas, Texas. Hi, Joseph. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Kim. Thank you for having me. I love the website, and I particularly love the newsletter. So thank you for that. Okay, so I have a 27-year-old son with his partner who's 30 years old, left the area and has moved to another state, a more LGBTQ-friendly state. And generally we've communicated with them through the Telegram app. And it seems like Telegram is the primary mode of communications among their friends, that particular group.
Okay.
We have only very vague, they've told us very vague, location where they're located. And everything was fine until about a couple of months ago when really my son didn't answer anymore. Occasionally I can get through to his partner, oh yeah, everything's fine, and I can see the timestamp on Telegram, but really we've got nothing from our son, even when his birthday came and passed. So you get a little concerned about what's going on. And the thing about it is we kind of looked at what can be done to get the geolocation or something like that from Telegram. And his partner has, I guess, what you call just an ordinary phone with, the typical browsers, Google and whatnot loaded in. And, we can go onto some website and get a rough idea that's pretty close to where they said they were. But my son, though, has always wanted to be off the grid, so he's got a laptop, and I think he uses the Tor browser and maybe even the Tails operating system. And so he gets Telegram through his laptop. So the thing I was kind of thinking about that would ease my mind, was everything okay, is if there's some way that you could get a Telegram GeoPin link to see, well, where are they? Are they living in an apartment or a house? Yeah, that's fine. That's their business. We'll go my way. But if it pins out to be somewhere in the middle of a park or in the middle of the street or something, are they homeless? That's the sort of thing that goes through your mind. Of course, they're adults. They're adults. And legally, I'm not really sure what rights we have. But so the question would be, and you go online and there's people that advertise that they can track Telegram and all that, and some of them, I think all of them, pretty much take your money and run. They don't get
they're not going to be able to. That's all a scam. Anybody that says tracking via Telegram, it's a scam.
Now, let me ask you a question. Right. Do you not believe his partner that he's okay and everything's fine?
We don't know him that well. It's just that our son always had a habit of at least occasionally answering us. And now
he's worried.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah, he's worried. He's worried.
I hear, his Telegram thing is screwed up, and that's kind of the line has gone dead directly with our son.
So
like I said,
can you just tell the partner? Can you just tell the partner, hey, listen, I'm just worried. Can you just snap a pic and send me, or just
video? Kind of do that, and sometimes I get that where they read the message and sometimes where they don't. So we're really not getting a whole lot.
See, using Tails and Tor is all set up for you to be anonymous. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you just can't find anybody with that. And the same thing with, using Telegram, Signal, or WhatsApp. That's why people use it, right? Mm-hmm. At this point, I don't know if you have any other choice but to see if you could ask the police and to do a wellness check in that particular area. Because he has specifically set himself up so that nobody can get to him. And And I'm thinking maybe if you appeal to the partner's emotional well-being, just say, his mother and I are worried. Mm-hmm. We're just worried. We just want to know if he's okay. We just want him. Right. We just want him to call us just for a minute, just so we can hear his voice, to make sure that he's okay, to let him know that we love him, because it's killing us that we don't know if he's okay. If you say that to another person, I don't know how they could not respond positively. If It's because it's coming from your heart and your soul. You're just a mom and dad. You just want to know that your son is okay. Joseph, if there's anything else we can do for you, just give us a call back. And thanks for your call today. Imagine if you could go through TSA in 6 seconds.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll buy it. How much is it going to cost? A kidney? I'll pay for it.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what it is. They're trying it out in Atlanta. Of course, they are in Reagan National and Seattle, Tacoma right now. If you're a Clear Plus member, you walk up to the gate. The gate scans your face, matches it to your ID and boarding pass, and if it checks out, you're done. 6 seconds. That's it. Clear says they don't keep the photos. Your face is scanned, turned into a mathematical template. And if you're wondering, like, well, how do I get Clear? Of course, you can sign up at the airport or online. I have it. It's fabulous. I got it free from my American Express rewards.
Oh, nice.
So you ought to check that out. If you haven't already, make sure that you enter to win that brand new iPhone, winfromkim.com. That was the end of hour 2. Don't worry. There's another hour coming up.